Footballers live in a different world. Private jets, designer outfits, mansions. That part is true. But what nobody talks about is this. Most of these men were chosen long before any of that existed. Before the stadium chants. Before the boot deals. Before the world knew their name. 7 footballers. 7 women who picked them early, stayed when it was hard, and watched the world catch up. One of them literally paid for her boyfriend's pizza because he couldn't afford it. Stay until the end because the last one changes how you see all the others. Let's go. Entry 1. Cristiano Ronaldo and Georgina Rodriguez. Everyone thinks they know this story. Most people have it completely wrong. Georgina Rodriguez was born in Buenos Aires, Argentina in 1994. Her father spent 10 years in a Spanish prison for drug trafficking. When she was 1 year old, her mother packed up their life and moved the family to Jaca, a small city in northern Spain. Georgina started ballet as a child. She had to quit. The family couldn't pay for it. At 18, she moved to Madrid alone. Day shifts in retail. Weekend shifts behind a bar. No safety net. No connections. Just survival. Then she got a job at a Gucci store in Madrid. And that's where Cristiano Ronaldo walked in. They've been together since 2016. The girl who couldn't afford ballet lessons walked the runway at Paris Fashion Week in March 2024, wearing a red dress with the number 7 on it, a direct tribute to Ronaldo's jersey across Manchester United, Real Madrid, and Juventus. She has her own Netflix documentary. Her face has been on the covers of Vogue, Harper's Bazaar, and Elle. She has 72 million Instagram followers. She built a fashion empire. Here is what people miss. She didn't become famous because of Ronaldo. She became famous despite everything that tried to stop her. A girl from a broken home who worked bar shifts on weekends is now one of the most recognized women alive. That is the real story. Next up, and this one hits different. Entry 2. Lionel Messi and Antonella Rocuzzo. If Georgina's story is a fairy tale, Antonella's is something older. Something that makes you believe certain people are simply meant to find each other. Antonella Rocuzzo was born in Rosario, Argentina, the same city Messi grew up in. They didn't meet at a red carpet. They didn't meet through football. They met as toddlers. Antonella's cousin was Lucas Scalia, a childhood friend of Messi's. The two were introduced as children and grew up knowing each other. Think about that. The greatest footballer to ever live met his future wife before either of them could read. They went public in 2009 and married on June 30th, 2017. 3 sons. And Antonella is not a background character. She models for Adidas and Alo Yoga. She has worked with Stella McCartney. She is a UNICEF ambassador and a Special Olympics ambassador. But here is the moment that matters. When Messi left Barcelona in 2021, one of the most publicly painful exits in football history, he broke down crying at that press conference. The weight of it was visible. And through all of it, the moves across countries, the chaos, the expectation of an entire nation, Antonella was there. The woman who knew him before the world did doesn't see the legend. She sees the person. That has always been exactly what Messi needed. But here's where things get really interesting. Entry 3. Erling Haaland and Isabel Hogseng Johansson. Erling Haaland is the most terrifying striker on the planet. He set the Premier League single-season goals record and kept going. Off the pitch, he plays Minecraft with his girlfriend. He argues about the TV remote at dinner. And his partner looked him in the eye and told him she is sick of football. Isabel Hogseng Johansson is a Norwegian footballer. She plays for Bryne Fotball Club's women's team. Born in 2004, they met as children at the Bryne Youth Academy. Friends first. Their relationship turned romantic during Haaland's time at Borussia Dortmund. And Haaland has admitted openly she made the first move. The most feared striker on earth. She walked up to him first. That one detail tells you everything about this relationship. In October 2024, after breaking Norway's all-time international goals record, Haaland pulled a match ball from under his jersey, the oldest announcement in football. Their son was born in December 2024. Pep Guardiola accidentally confirmed it to journalists after a Leicester win, telling the press Haaland had become a father for the first time in the past few days. Then came the podcast moment. Haaland told the rest is football that he spotted a Manchester United versus West Ham game on TV at dinner and tried to put it on. Isabel's response: I'm so sick of football. The man who has dedicated his entire existence to scoring goals. Shut down at his own dinner table. Honestly, iconic. Now here's the thing about this next one. Entry 4. Bruno Fernandes and Ana Pinho. This is the most underrated love story in world football. Not about fame, not about glamour, about a woman who was refereeing futsal games on weekends to survive, while believing in a man most people had already written off. Bruno and Ana met as teenagers at Boa Vista High School in Portugal. 8 years of dating. Married in December 2015. 350 guests at the wedding. But before any of that, Bruno Fernandes was not a Manchester United captain. He was a struggling young footballer in the lower leagues of Italian football, Novara, Udinese, clubs most fans have never looked up. Bruno wrote about this period himself in the Players' Tribune. He described how Ana, who was refereeing futsal matches on the side to earn money, was financially carrying him. He said it directly. Even when they went for pizza, she had to pay. The man who would become one of the most dominant midfielders in Premier League history was broke. She paid for his dinner, and she stayed. She didn't broadcast it. She didn't make it about herself. She has a professional qualification in nutrition and health sciences. She keeps the family out of the spotlight. Their children, Matilda and Goncalo, are her priority. That is not a WAG story. That is a loyalty story. The kind money has nothing to do with. And then came the story that changes how you see the next one entirely. Entry 5, Declan Rice and Lauren Fryer. Arsenal paid £105 million for Declan Rice in 2023, one of the most expensive British transfers ever. He is the engine of one of Europe's best club sides. This week, he celebrated Arsenal's first Premier League title in 22 years, standing on the pitch, holding his 3-year-old son Jude, Lauren beside him. Rice and Fryer have been together since they were 17. Same school, same corner of Essex, same circles. They chose each other before the world was paying any attention. Their son Jude was born in August 2022. The couple kept it private, until a tattoo on Rice's arm during a match gave it away. Jude's name, his birth date, his star sign, the secret was out. Then the trolling started. Lauren had built over 70,000 Instagram followers. Then anonymous accounts told Declan he could do better. They came after her appearance. Repeatedly, relentlessly, she deleted every post. Wiped the account clean. Gone. Because strangers on the internet decided the woman who has loved this man since they were teenagers, who raised his child through his career peak, wasn't enough. And then Arsenal won the title. And Lauren was on that pitch. 3 of them, Declan, Lauren, Jude, standing inside the celebration. That image needs no caption. This one hits completely different. Stay with me. Entry 6. Mohamed Salah and Magi Sadek. Mohamed Salah, the Egyptian king, Liverpool legend, Premier League champion, Champions League winner, the most decorated African footballer in European club history. His wife has been beside him since before any of it, since they shared a classroom in a small village in Egypt. Magi was born in Nagrig, Egypt. Her parents were teachers at Mohammed Ayad Al-Tantawi School, the same school where she and Salah first met. She has known him since childhood. They grew up together. On December 17, 2013, they married in Nagrig. No magazine deal. No exclusive coverage. The whole village was invited. It was a community celebrating one of their own. 2 daughters, Mecca, born 2014, and Kayan, born 2020. Even the name Mecca carries intention. It is a deliberate variation on the spelling of Mecca, the Islamic holy city, chosen to protect it from any association with gambling brands. In naming their child, they were guarding their faith. Magi holds a degree in biotechnology from Alexandria University. She has no social media. She gives no interviews. While Salah builds a global brand, posts, campaigns, and wins trophies, Magi stays completely invisible to the public by choice. Their relationship has always been described as rooted in loyalty, humility, and family values. Those are the same qualities that have defined Salah's entire public image. The most famous man in Africa is married to a woman who wants nothing from the spotlight. And that is a choice they have both made together. That says everything. We saved the most powerful one for last. Entry 7. Robert Lewandowski and Anna Lewandowska. Robert Lewandowski. Over 900 career goals. Bundesliga icon. Barcelona striker. One of the most clinical forwards the game has ever produced. His wife is not just a footballer's partner. She is an elite athlete, and she has the medals to prove it before she ever met him. Anna Lewandowska, born Anna Stachurska in Lodz, Poland on September 7, 1988, is a competitive karateka. World Championship medals, European Championship medals, 29 Polish national titles. She was competing at the highest level of her sport before the name Lewandowski meant anything outside Poland. She graduated from the Academy of Physical Education in Warsaw. Qualified nutritionist, personal trainer, entrepreneur, TV presenter. She married Robert on June 22, 2013. Since then, Healthy Plan Buy and a global wellness brand. Foods Buy and a health supplement and snack company. Flav, a cosmetics brand. In 2024, she opened EDAN Studios, her own fitness studio in Barcelona. Multiple best-selling books. 2 daughters, Clara, born May 2017, and Laura, born May 2020. This is not a supporting role. This is 2 elite people building elite careers alongside each other. No one propping the other up. Both moving forward at the same time at the same level. That is the rarest kind of partnership. And it is what makes this one the most powerful of all 7. 7 footballers. 7 women. 7 completely different stories, one thing in common. Every one of these men was chosen by someone who saw them before the world did. Which couple do you think has the most powerful story? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. And if this kind of storytelling is what you want more of, subscribe, hit the bell, you will not regret it. See you in the next one.